Hello everyone, this is Lolly. I have a project share today. I used to really do a whole lot of beading, and just like it sounds, it's using beads or seed beads. And the brand that I use is Mill Hill glass seed beads. They're pretty affordable. The reason that I use them is because there's more consistency in their size or dimension, their hole width. Because when you get seed beads just for jewelry projects, then they end up being, some of them are warped. You end up throwing a lot of them away because they don't work. So I have little bead trays here with different colors listed, so I know what my colors are. Okay, and the supplies are over by the embroidery floss in your store if they will carry these. And then on the canvas, you're probably familiar with the old plastic canvas. So they do have plastic canvas that's even a smaller, tighter weave, as you can see right here. This one actually looks like weave. This just looks like plastic with holes punched in it, but they both are the same dimensions and work the same. And you would need a beading needle, which is super, super fine and bends, so you have to be kind of careful with that. And along with that, you'll need a needle threader because it's very hard to thread this. And then you'll need embroidery floss, 2 strands at a time. If you are familiar with cross stitch at all, then you can do this in a heartbeat. And some companies recommend using a different color embroidery thread or floss for each color bead, but then that's a real pain, whereas now I can just keep going rows back and forth, and changing the color beads that I use, whereas otherwise I'd have to use a black embroidery floss and do all the black beads, and then switch to orange and do all the orange beads. This is a picture of what a pattern might look like with a little symbol for each color. Again, it's just like doing counted cross stitch. And they do have books. I have one here, Beaded Cross Stitch Treasures from Mill Hill. But again, you can use any cross stitch pattern and just use beads instead. So in cross stitch, whereas you bring your needle up one hole and then down in the catacorner hole and then back up and make a cross. With a bead, you just come up one end, put a bead on it, and go down catacorner, and then you're done. You go on to the next hole, the next color. And sometimes, if you bring up your needle, put several beads on, and go down, you can add a little bumpy effect to do flowers. So I'll show you some of the things that I've done. I'll put some paper under here. This is a little Thanksgiving guy. He's got a little rifle there and a little pumpkin there. He's a I almost called him a penguin. Oh, goodness, he's a pilgrim. Oh, dear. This is a little gingerbread house. I haven't cut that one out yet. When cutting them out, make sure you leave at least one hole all the way around so you're not cutting into your thread. This is a cute little bird house with it's a bird button, but I think it's a ceramic maybe. And some of these flowers are ones in which I did bring up the needle, put 2 or 3 beads on, and go back down, so it makes more of a puffy effect there. And I added a backing and a pin to that. And here's a nice Santa Claus one. This one was from a kit, but the problem with kits is that the backing, it's paper instead of plastic, so I was always worried about it getting wet. That one is also a pin. And I have another, this is the penguin. We've got a pilgrim and a penguin. He's got a little jingle bell on him. He was also a kit, and there's a little rhinestone here and a nice snowflake button on there. Okay, this was my very first beading project. It's a flower basket, and I did this actually at a craft store. I think it was a Michael's class. And there's another pilgrim that I had finished off. You can see I rounded the edge and put gold braiding around it. And one of my favorites is this little sheep, this little lamb. He's very cute. The entire thing is beaded, whereas you notice a lot of these, part of it's just floss, like his face is just floss, no beads. And one more is what's in my hand, and this I made into a paper clip. It's a nice little ladybug. Isn't that cute? So that's my project share with you. Just wanted to share with you in case you were ever interested in doing some beading. Give it a try. It is nice and portable and very easy to tote around with you when you're traveling, so it's a good project for that. And I think it's very affordable because I know even when money was tight, I always felt like I could afford $1.25 or whatever it was for a pack of beads. Thank you so much for watching and giving a thumbs up for my video.